So, art talk number 2. So I thought I'd continue the theme of the 2 of me because it sort of crops up a lot, I'm not sure why. So this was something I painted as well, obviously. And I do quite a lot of self-portraits, and I think as artists you do self-portraits partly because you know, if you want to paint from life, you've always got to set off, and it's quite hard to get people to sit for you to paint. So if you want to paint from observation as opposed to photographs, you know, you have to, you know, you're always around, so you use yourself. So we do a lot of them, and I suppose I've done a lot and of self-portraits, and then so I was doing some photographs, and I was thinking, you know, what do I do? And it started off, actually, I'll just show you this one. This was the first painting I did in relation to the sketch. So it was this one. And then I thought, oh, not another self-portrait, and I just got a bit bored of the composition, I suppose, in a way. So I started playing around on my phone, and I started cutting, and I cut the images up, and then I was using the collage feature on the phone, and I just placed them opposite each other, because I was thinking about this thing about how as a face, both sides of the face are actually quite different. I don't know if you know, but it's not symmetrical at all. And when I chopped my face up down the middle, it looked very different. And I thought that was more interesting than the straight portrait that I was doing. So this is me, and all, I suppose, you know, one side I've got my hair here, one side it's here, but apart from that, the face looks really different. So I thought I would look into this a little bit more. So I started painting, and I was surprised at how different they were. They almost look like 2 different people, but I can see myself in both. And it's almost like I see it's almost like there's one that's a bit more sensible, a bit harder. Like I think this version here, I don't know, she looks a little bit stricter, a little bit harder, a little bit more, you know, just, you know, maybe it's like the benefactor one in my earlier painting. Then this one looks a bit softer. But I thought it was really fascinating how there was such a difference, and I know, maybe there is 2 of me. Do you know? Maybe, or maybe there's like a few of us in each of us. Then I suppose you know, this pose has got something. Sometimes I don't really know what goes on in a painting. I think it's just my job to go with the flow and to paint, and then look at it afterwards, go, you know, what's going on? Or let other people look at it and say, what's that about then? And so I thought it was an interesting take on self-portraiture, and I think I probably got more from this self-portrait than I had done for a while. So it'd be interesting, you know, to hear, do you think there's 2 of you? Or maybe more than 2 of you? Because I think there's something going on. And I'm sure it'll come out in other stuff. I think there's something going on which I'd like to don't understand. I think I'll explore it a bit more. I think it is an interesting painting. Anyway.